Hey, good morning. So today we're only going to have a short show. So if you're watching this in replay, it won't be as long as my normal shows. I do have a doctor's appointment. Actually, my husband has a doctor's appointment and I need to bring him to it. So it'll be a short show today. How's everybody doing? How is it? So we got to wait a few minutes for people to roll in here. It is 8 o'clock. But like always, I didn't set up so you got a notification. So let's give a few seconds for people to pop in. Now I know why a lot of people will, when they go live, they'll put that little countdown, which honestly I can't stand. I fast forward through it most of the time, as well as I fast forward through like opening credits. I was watching a YouTube the other day. I'm sorry, I keep looking off to the side. I got turkeys and deer and stuff walking, and it always distracts me, even though I know they're there. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was watching one, and the opening video was like a minute and a half long. I thought that is way too long for your opening, like way too long. I've thought about doing an opening, but then I'm like, you know what? I hate how many openings that I see that I don't like. So, I think it's good probably if you are, I guess, the ones that are creating brands. Not that I'm not creating a brand, but a lot of times you'll see almost like a TV show where they have the opening little thing. But there are some TV shows I cannot stand watching because it takes so long at the beginning for them to do their beginning until it gets to the show. So there should be like a limit of how much time, like 10 seconds. I think when I do my pre recorded, I have one, I think it's maybe 3 seconds long that I show. I don't know. I'll have to look sometime and see. I'm pretty sure it's only like 3 seconds. So I got my coffee here. We're just gonna chat today. I've already packaged orders yesterday afternoon. I didn't get any other orders throughout the night, I don't think. So I thought, it's Wednesdays and we're just gonna talk about whatever topics come up. Hoping some people will pop in here and they can help me drive some topics because it's always better when I'm talking to others. I'm just gonna check my stores here. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything to package because I know that sometimes I'll package. Hey, good morning, Anissa. Thank you for chiming in. I was starting to worry that I was going to be doing a show by myself today. Just checking. Oh, Marketplace, one new. I don't think it's a new order though. So I'm checking all of my platforms I sell on. And today's topic, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, is what platforms are the best ones to shop or to sell on. So, of course, I sell on eBay. I'm going to go across the top here. eBay, Etsy, Shopify, Poshmark, Makari, Bonanza, Facebook, Amazon, Citizen. Those are the platforms that I currently sell on. Some do way more business than others, and some I've keep debating on whether or not I even want to stop. Did I say Bonanza? I think I did, didn't I? Because I do sell Bonanza too, and that one is the easiest one because it imports everything from eBay into your Bonanza store. And as soon as you sell something on Bonanza, it takes it down on eBay, so you don't even have to go and remove stuff, which I just absolutely love because that's the thing that's so frustrating when you sell on multiple platforms is you got to remember if you're cross posting them, the same items, to take them down, right? Otherwise, you're going to have an out of stock issue, which I got accused of an out of stock issue on Etsy the other day. And I got a 1-star review saying that the person had ordered 2 of something and I only sent them 1 because on Etsy, it's so easy to overlook when somebody orders multiples. On eBay, they put like, gosh, I know I mentioned it in a Facebook group I'm in. I almost said Yahoo group. In a Facebook group I'm in, that how eBay really makes sure that you realize they ordered multiple quantities, but they don't do that on Etsy. So I sent off only 1, and she got it and said, "Hey, I only got 1. I ordered 2." And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Um, I overlooked it. Unfortunately, I don't have any more in stock. I just sold prior." So she messaged me at like 3 in the afternoon, and I had sold it the night before, my very last one of that one. And I said, I already shipped. Well, I didn't tell her I already shipped it off. I said, unfortunately, I sold it last night. I'm currently out of stock, but I have this as a replacement, which is exactly the same thing, but it was a planner, but the cover was different. But the insides are exactly the same, but the cover was different. And I said, or I can just refund you for that one night, you know. And again, I apologize. It was very professional because it was definitely an overlook on my part, which I say that, but for some reason, I feel like I remember packaging 2 of those and sending them to her. And she said that it was unsatisfactory and she was not happy with my business practices and blah blah blah, and I should cancel that sale and send it to her. And I said, I'm sorry, but I already shipped it this morning and I don't have it in hand. If I did, I would have canceled that sale and sent it to her, but I said I don't have it. So unfortunately, I got a 1-star review on that. But her review stated that um, I purposely didn't send her 2 of them because I was out of stock. And that is not true. Apps 100% not true. I was not out of stock at that time. But that's what she said. So, oh well. All right. So, how's everyone doing this morning? See, we got a few more people popping in. So today we're going to talk about the platforms that we sell on. Today's going to be a shorter day. I'm only going to go into 8:45. My husband's got a doctor's appointment at 9:30 and I'm going to bring him to it, and it's at least a half-hour drive. So I figure if I shut down at 8:45, it gives me enough time to grab my bag to go to the post office, bring it upstairs. And I actually have a UPS drop off today. I have an Amazon FBA order going in. And then actually when I go to the post office today, I need to pick up a package from him because my father-in-law brought my mail for me yesterday, and he grabbed everything and threw it in a bag because I was at PT and I was supposed to go to the post office when I got home, but I ended up going to get my hair cut. See how short my hair is? I went and got my hair cut, so I asked my husband to bring the mail for me, and he had my father-in-law do it, and he grabbed everything, and one of them was a UPS package, and he brought it to the post office. So today I got to stop by there and pick that up and bring it to the UPS. Good morning, Sylvia. How are you doing today? So Anissa, I hope you had some sleep last night. I know that you've been struggling with sleep. It's been an issue for you. Oh, I tell you, that is so important to get good sleep. I know we talk about it in here from time to time, but that's one thing I struggle with. Last night I've been taking like Advil PM, and I kind of wake up a little groggy. I feel like it helps me some, but I still wake up groggy. So last night I actually just took straight up Advil with none of the PM part in it, and I feel like I slept pretty good. The Advil I think just helps with giving me some comfort. I go like this because of my arm. Sorry, my shirt keeps falling down. I lost some weight and it's making some of my clothes a little looser. Bad sleep last night, but decent the night before. Well, you know what? Getting at least one good night every now and then, it feels good, doesn't it? But the problem is when you get that one good night and you feel like maybe you cracked the code and you're going to get another good night the next night, it doesn't happen. Sorry about that. Good morning, Cynthia. Did I say hi to you already? See how much I forget stuff. I forget. So let's talk about the topic which I put on today is what platforms are best to sell on. So what platform do you guys sell on? Do you sell on eBay, Poshmark, Makari, Etsy, Facebook, Amazon? Does anybody sell on like Depop, Engrailed, Vinted, Tradesy? Trying to think of all those other ones. The Real. I can't think of any other ones that are kind of like those other Whatnot. Is it no? Is that what it's called? The Whatnot app? Is it okay? Now I'm gonna go look. I think it's called no. The WhatsApp? No. No, WhatsApp is for messaging. Whatnot. This app. See the Whatnot up there. So that one has been really popular, popping up lately for people that are selling vintage clothing. Well, on here it's got vinyl records, retro games. Let's see the categories you can sell on here. You can sell retro games, vinyl records, vintage clothing, manga, Funko Pop, Pokemon cards, sports cards, comic books, sneakers, MetaZoo, never heard of that, action figures, baseball, soccer, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, magic cards, Wealth Shores, designer toys, diecast cars, coins and money, streetwear, Digimon cards, sports memorabilia, Funko Soda, Marvel cards, Lego, My Hero Academia, whatever that is, mechanical keyboards, Dragon Ball cards, fig pins, designer bags, UFC, NFTs, and then other. What's an other? Oh, like somebody's selling DVDs, Blu-rays. So they actually expanded their what you can sell on there, because you used to not be able to sell certain categories, and I see there's actually a lot more categories you can sell. Interesting. All right, so Nissa, I take Excedrin PM every night. Yeah, I used to take Excedrin PM. I had a migraine Excedrin PM one that worked really well. I got on clearance. So anything that has any type of pain reliever with PM in it is what I've kind of taken. So I've gone from like Excedrin to Advil to ibuprofen, like any of those. So you sell on eBay, Poshmark, Bonanza, local consignment store, and twice a year Facebook Marketplace local pickup. You haven't tried the Facebook Marketplace shipping at all, Anissa? And a local consignment store. Oh, that's interesting. I know that there's some people will bring their stuff, and people will source from like Plato's Closet, Once Upon a Child. I don't have any of those stores here, but they were in Vermont when I was there. I'm supposed to be it's probably linked to Truegether, but only sold 2 things since I joined. Yeah, Truegether is so slow. Last year, at some point, 2020, they stopped taking PayPal, and I never took the time and set up anything else. And then I think it was about 6 months later, they finally came back and said, "Oh, we're taking PayPal again." So I re-linked myself, but I get hardly any sales from Truegether, hardly any. But it's like Bonanza, where you don't have to really do much, but just you link it and it automatically pulls all of your eBay into it. Which I'll tell you, if you're not doing Bonanza, it takes no effort at all. No effort. I do have a video on setting up Bonanza, but don't pay for it. There's Bonanza where you can pay, and I've had people comment on my video that I did for Bonanza saying that it costs them money, and I'm like, no, it should not cost you money. You only pay final value fees. So don't sign up where you have to pay for it. Most of my sales are one timers, and it's just from like Google. They find me on Google. So Cynthia says, I sell on eBay, Depop, Makari, Poshmark, and Facebook Marketplace. Makari is my favorite. So that is weird. What, if you don't mind me sharing, you don't have to say exactly what you sell, but like what category do you sell on Makari? I am not getting any luck on Makari. I actually took time yesterday and took down every single listing on Makari, and I'm going to repost everything. Because people favorite stuff, but they're not buying it. And Depop. So I don't sell anything on Depop. Now I'm trying to think if Depop, let me just check here. Is it in my, because there was one of them, no, it was Grailed. So I did have some things listed on Grailed, but I never did Depop. I ended up taking down Grailed because I just wasn't getting the sales. And I was worried I was going to get a sale and not know about it. And I was checking it every day. And after like a month, I said, this is just not worth my time and effort. So I actually ended up stopping selling there. Um, I know there's people that do really well on it, but I just don't put the time and energy into it. So Anissa says, no, I have not tried. So I'm assuming that's Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I thought Facebook Marketplace was really good this fall. I did really, really well. My sales have really, really trickled down. But the thing with Facebook Marketplace is you have to continually renew your listings. Every week you got to go in on the app. Now, I'll show you a trick. I just did them yesterday, so I don't know if there will be any today. Let me get to Marketplace here. Hold on. So on Marketplace, okay, so on Marketplace, when you're in your listings right here, up in the top corner, there's those 3 dots. If you click on that, Oh, so I don't have any. But when you click on that, you would have one of the options is renew, and you click on that and then you say renew all, and then you have to, because it only pulls up like 10 or 20 items at a time, you have to keep going back and do it again, say renew, and it pulls up another batch. So it doesn't do them all at once. So you have to continually keep doing it over and over again. You can do it on the computer, but you got to do them individually, and it takes so much more time than doing it through the app. Now, they used to have a delist and relist feature on the app that worked really well. Guess it's time to change my background. It shows a Christmas tree. But I've noticed that that has not been on my app lately, probably for the last month or two. So I have to go in and individually sit there and say, delist and relist, delist and relist. It's really time consuming. If you don't do that, I think it really hurts your sales. Yeah, it has to push them up. So Sylvia sells on Amazon, eBay, Facebook, and Amazon takes up most of my time. Yeah. Okay. So I think those are probably the most popular platforms. And while actually I would add in Poshmark. I would say that, well, I'd probably say Etsy too. We'll see. I do the free version of Bonanza too. Yeah, that's the best one to do. So you sell clothing, shoes, and purses on Depop. Okay. Any specific type of clothing, or is it oh no, I'm sorry, that's your answer to your Makari question. So clothing, shoes, and purses on Makari. See, and I don't really sell hardly any of those things. I don't list very many of those things, I should say. The stuff I currently have listed that's in those categories have been listed for years, years. I'm at the point now, I'm probably just going to pull it all down. Good morning, Dragon Value Home. Haven't seen you in so long. How are you doing? I hope you're doing really well. It's been a while since you've popped in here. Good morning, Cindy. I was going to say, didn't I already say hi to you, Cindy? But then there's a Cynthia. Tricking me, guys. Sales are slow in Depop. I think it's because it's more for teens. Yeah, I bet you teens, college students, right? So they got limited income, which I would think right now would probably be pretty good because they got money for Christmas. So they would be looking at buying stuff. I always wonder, do you find for those who sell clothing, do you find that your sales um kind of go like this based upon the season? So like at the beginning of like springtime, your sales will pick up because people are going to switch over from winter clothing to warmer clothing, and then come like September, as it starts to get cooler around the country, those sales kind of really slow down, and then it switches over to other ones. But I used to so my daughter, was her birthday is in July, and when she was younger, we would go on a shopping trip on Memorial Day weekend. And that's when I would buy her most of her clothes, would be that weekend trip that we would take. We would go out of town. And her birthday would come and she would get clothes for her birthday. And I would always be like, it's late in the season. Even though it's still like the middle of summer, I always felt like it was kind of late and she didn't really need clothes at that point because she'd already gotten them all by then. So I just, in my mindset, I'm not really looking for certain clothing at that time of year. And same with now. Um, it's been cold here for a while. So the thought of me looking for clothes right now is pretty slim. Although I will say I did go on Makari yesterday and bought myself a t-shirt. I think I bought a Tampa Bay Buccaneers one. I can't even remember what I bought because I was looking at Tampa Bay and I'm gonna look and see what I got myself. Yeah, I bought myself a Tampa Bay shirt yesterday. $5. Look at it. I bought this shirt. It was $5. And of course, with first class shipping. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I'll get myself a shirt to wear during the playoffs and maybe during the Super Bowl. I used to have some Patriot shirts, but I said to my husband this weekend, I'm like, where are all of our football shirts? Where did we put them all? We stored them away a couple years ago, and we didn't watch football last year, so we didn't take them out. I'm like, where did we store them? I don't know where they are. I got jerseys and everything. Uh, but with losing some weight, my shirts are starting to get like this, a little too big, starting to fall down, showing my bra strap all the time. So I did go on and buy some. I think that's when I would buy stuff, but normally I don't buy in the middle of winter. Do you guys buy clothing in the middle of winter? Or do you buy like in the middle of summer? Or are you like I am at the beginning of a season? I'll buy stuff for that season, but then that's pretty much it. Then it just dies down. So I think that's why they call it the summer slowdown, the summer slump, or I'm trying to think of the other terminologies they say, is because things just kind of go in like a secular motion and things just kind of die down in the summer. Of course, people are traveling, but I did a lot of shopping last summer because we bought the RV. We were traveling in the Jeep, and so I was constantly thinking of things that we could get to improve stuff. So I would order it to have it be delivered to the house for when we got home. So I was constantly actually last summer going on and buying stuff for that type of stuff. But normally, I don't know if I don't feel like my sales overall have like, I guess if you buy evergreen, if you're not familiar, if you're new to the reselling world, the word evergreen are things that sell all the time. And there are things that sell all the time, right? So I have a water filter upstairs and I had to buy filters for it. And so that's something I would buy all the time. When I run out, I get new filters. I got labels for my printer here. I take a supplement and Amazon sends it to me every 3 months. They send me that supplement. So things like that are really good if you get into those markets. So Cynthia says, I sell everything on Makari: clothing, shoes, household items, purses, toys, plushies, jewelry. I've heard plushes do really well. I cross post just about everything and my sales occur on Makari usually. That is interesting. Now, when you cross post from eBay to Makari, do you lower your prices on Makari or do you sell them for the same price as eBay? Because I pretty much put the same price. I used to put it lower, but I didn't notice that it was getting any sales. I did just sell a plush. Um, I think it was a dragon, an elephant, a dragon or an elephant. I just sold on Makari. But my sales are so slow on Makari. Actually, I'll show you guys what I just sold because I don't think I packed it with you guys. But it's just so slow. But I hear people all the time saying how their sales are so good on Makari. So I sold this Animal Land. This person, this little guy right here. Oh, let me take this off. So he went out on Monday, I think it was. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sure why my sales are so slow on Makari. Hey, good morning, Molly. Hey, Molly, is that you that's been messaging me on Etsy, by the way? All right, so you list them for the same price. All right, so those who do list on multiple platforms, do you guys adjust your prices at all? So when I list on Etsy, I increase my price because I get a lot of sales on Etsy that are from off-site ads, and Etsy charges 15% for that. And I know there's on the Etsy boards, there's so much complaining about those because you have to be, well, once you sell $10,000 in a year, you're automatically opted into those. Before that, it's optional. But I keep myself in it because I get so many sales from those offsite ads. So I increase my price. I found that in one of my stores, I increase my price to cover that. But then on eBay, I keep it at that high price too, because I just sell so much more on that, um, on the Etsy than I do on eBay. So much more on Etsy. I can't make myself like Makari. I know. I don't. I've tried. I'll go shopping there because things are usually cheaper there than on eBay. So I'll shop on Makari. But when it comes to selling, I don't really sell much on Makari. No, not at all. All right, I just put that person in timeout. I'm not really sure who you are. You're not speaking English. So come back in 5 minutes or go on to another one if that was actually spam. My prices are higher on Poshmark than I list on eBay. Yeah, I think I do that also. So when I was using the cross-listing platform called CrossList It, they made it so easy where you could actually, when you were cross-listing, you could automatically say increase the price by 15%. But I notice on Poshmark, a lot of times I started increasing my prices because everybody wants a deal on Poshmark. I rarely get anybody who pays full price. It's always me making an offer. They make an offer. They'll bundle one item to make an offer. I mean, it's just so much negotiating on Poshmark that you got to leave wiggle room for that type of stuff. I just lowered my price for closet clear out by, I think, 15% on some items, and people were still asking for offers after I've lowered my price. So now I'm like, no, because I'm already at the bare bottom in some of the items. Like I'm like some items I got $8 I'm on. And after $8, you just don't make anything on Poshmark. My prices are a little higher on Poshmark and eBay because of the fees. Okay, so your prices are higher on eBay. See, that's weird because I think for me, eBay is probably most of the time the lowest. Um, but the fees are, I feel, because somebody was complaining about fees in Facebook the other day, and I thought I really do need to come up with a graph, or if anybody knows of a graph, I'd love to get that and put it in my Discord group of what are the fees on all the different platforms, like the basic fees. So for eBay, the fees changed last year for me because they made it so I wasn't paying a per listing fee. When I hit my 1,000 items, now I can list like 10,000 items. So I'm actually saving money in the long run on eBay. But I've noticed that you've got to promote your items. When I stop promoting, my sales go down so bad that you've got to promote it, even if it's at like a 2% or something. You've got to do something. When I do trending, I notice my sales are better, but it is such a big chunk out of your profit. So in that case, you would probably want to raise your prices. So you can do one thing I really, really like about eBay is you could go on eBay and edit do a bulk edit and up your prices by, let's say, 10% on all of your prices. Just say up them by 10%, up them by 15%. And then you can go and do a promotion and do a promotion at the trending rate or something like that and say, okay, I just raised my prices by 10%. I'll do trending up to 10%. And so you can always play around with that and see how that works. The only thing with that is it makes if you're good at pricing stuff, like saying, oh, 28.99 or 28.88, that's what I usually do. Then all of a sudden you'll have a price of like $29.34. And you'll be like, where did that come from? Where did I ever come up with $29.34? It's such an odd amount. And it's when I've done something like that and tested it out and played around with the raising the price and then adding it onto the promoted. I've done it instead of running a sale of like 15% off. I've gone and increased my promoted by that amount to see if that gave me a boost. And I always feel like everything I've tried has always resulted in more sales. So it just shows that doing something will help with your sales. See, Dragon says, doing as doing can do, feeling optimistic. My cancer is in vinegar. I'm not even going to say it word because I'm going to say it wrong. Me to be my best. Getting 1% better each day. You're such a blessing. Simply enjoy your channel. How could I not go watching? Hey, thanks. I am so happy that you're feeling better. Hey, 1% is better than 0, right? Right. So I'm happy that you're doing better. It's funny, just hearing your percentage, it makes me think of something. I joined this, I think it's called like Online Sellers CPA or something like that. It's a group that's ran by this woman. Let me see if I can find the name of it because it's actually a pretty good group. There's some Facebook groups out there that talk about accounting. And it goes by, let me see if I can find it. I know it says CPA in the title. CPA. The reseller CPA, maybe? Let me see. Because it's a woman that runs it. Yeah, Jennifer Monsos. So it's called the Reseller CPA. That group. So one of the things, everybody is freaking out over paying for oh, looks like we're gonna have somebody else in here, huh? People coming in. They're like, oh, somebody's in here. Now I'm gonna block you instead of timing you out. So they were talking about the $600 taxes and how now you're going to get a 1099 if you sell more than $600 on a platform. Although Poshmark, as of right now, does not look like they're going to follow that rule, the law by the IRS. I don't know if Poshmark is an American company or not. I don't know, but they're not going to be sending you a 1099 as of right now. That's pretty much what they're saying. So so she was talking about how everybody is all up in arms about this, and she goes, nobody is taxed at 100% rate. So if you make $10,000, you're not going to be taxed 100%. You're not going to pay $10,000 in taxes. So no matter what, you're not, you're going to, well, I shouldn't say you're going to make money, but nobody's ever taxed at 100%. You should never feel bad that you got to pay taxes. That means you made money. That's a good thing. That's a good thing you've made money. Same with paying fees. When you're selling on a platform and you're paying fees, think about so I'll take Etsy for instance, right? So I pay fees on Etsy, and then I pay that additional 15% fee for offsite ads. So that's optional for me right now because I haven't sold 10,000. But I do it because I see a benefit. I see that it drives traffic and I make sales because of that 15%. If I didn't pay that 15%, there's a high possibility I wouldn't get that sale because they're on Google and they're finding what they're looking for on Google and clicking on it, and it happens to be my store and they're buying it. If I didn't have that 15%, they would go with another alternative on Google, which would not be my store. So for me, it's worth it. Same with again with Etsy. I see Etsy ads and Makari ads all the time. So I know that my fee that I'm paying on those platforms is going towards that marketing budget, which is bringing more. Although Makari, I'm seeing more selling ads, like come and sell your stuff on Makari, not come and buy. But I'm sure that's probably bringing buyers too, right? Because I sell and I end up buying on Makari. But those ads, I see my money being used. With eBay, where's my money going to, right? Besides obviously paying for platform fees but how are you driving customers to my shop? How are you marketing eBay to bring people to me? I don't see anything with eBay at all. I don't see any ads. Nothing. So they say they market, but I don't know. They're just not marketing it where I am. So I don't see anything. You just joined that group. Yeah, good. I like it. She's been really good at posting. Now I don't have a CPA and I've thought about hiring one. I did sign up for Not Your Dad's CPA to do my taxes this year. I got on the waiting list and then I missed an email where I guess the waiting list opened up. And then by the time I read it, it looks like it was full again. So I was thinking about hiring somebody this year to do my taxes. But I don't know, I still go back to the bookkeeping is what I don't like to do. If I could find somebody to just do my bookkeeping, which I know there are people out there, that's what I need help with. Because when it comes to taxes, maybe just have somebody do my taxes once would be good, because then I can see if there something I've been missing all these years. But I don't know. I do like TurboTax or one of those H&R Block, and it literally walks you through everything. And I feel pretty confident that I'm capturing everything I need to be. The only question I have is my inventory, and should I switch how I do inventory? Should I do a cash basis versus an inventory basis? So that's my biggest thing is, should I switch? And I know it's really tough to get like permission or to switch it, and you can only switch once. So that's my big thing. I'm just not sure on what I should do. And that changed a couple of years ago. I probably should have switched. I feel like I should have switched. Good morning, Jen. How are you doing? How is it in your neck of the woods? Because that weather will come to my place in a couple of days. And right now it is cold. There's actually an RV show this weekend, and my husband and I have talked about going to it. And I'm like, it's going to be -4 on Saturday. I am not walking around outdoors looking at any RVs. And I think a lot of it is indoors, but still, there's always stuff outdoors. And parking at those things is always so far from parking to getting into the building. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to go. It's a little chilly. Oh, it has been frigid but warmer today. Okay, it's been so cold here. Let's see what it is. I have a cute pic to send you, Tamara. Oh, you should send it. What's a picture of? I'm wondering. Now you got my interest peaked. Oh wow, it's 26. Wow. We are in a heat wave. And I can't believe it's 26. But look at Friday. Oh, now it's only going to be -1. Look at this. Look at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But look at the nighttime temperatures. -19 Saturday night. A high of -1. There we go. Now it's zooming in. Negative. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Well, -1 is better than -4. Yesterday it was -12 when I went to my physical therapy. So I think every platform kind of has its pros and cons. I think some of it is what you sell. I think who you're marketing it to. Obviously, if you sell on like Etsy, you can only sell vintage or handmade or a supply. And if you sell on eBay, you're pretty much open to anything that you can sell there except for adult material. I'm not sure what else you can't sell there. And then Makari, you can't sell food on Makari, but Makari's opened up for pretty much a lot of stuff you can sell there. And Makari is really easy to sell on, which I find is kind of nice. It's nice if you don't want to figure out shipping. You just at least have to know how much your stuff weighs. Poshmark, you don't even really have to know how much your stuff weighs as long as it's not over 5 pounds. Everything goes in a priority mailbox. It is the easiest shipping, in my opinion, out of all of them. But it can possibly. Well, somebody ordered a DVD for me on Poshmark, and I thought, my gosh, this was going to cost me like $3 to mail, and now that person just paid whatever Poshmark's price is. I don't even know. But that is not but Poshmark is good that you can sell so many more categories on Poshmark now. If you've not sold on Poshmark recently, besides clothing, they've got toys, home goods. They just opened up electronics, pet items. There's so many more categories that are popping up on Poshmark, and they're actually having their parties and stuff related to that. I keep saying I'm going to quit Poshmark, but then I'll get a sale. Like I think I did the closet clear out. I think I sold maybe 8 items in the last week on Poshmark, which is really good for me. Really good for me. So Sylvia says here in Georgia, if it's in the 20s at night, we panic. Yeah, especially since down in your southern states, they're producing fruits and vegetables for us northern people to eat year round. So I can see some panic happening. Yeah, plus a lot of people don't have insulated pipes and stuff. Makari has been advertising. They've done really, really well. I see Makari ads all the time. Speaking of Makari, so I was watching the Nurse Flipper. She did a video recently talking about how she got scammed. Well, not really scammed, but somebody reported her stuff as counterfeit. And she's like, this is 100% not counterfeit. And Makari kept her money. And it wasn't a huge amount of money, but the whole fact that Makari just kept her money and shut down her store, she has been up in arms. So she had made a comment about how Makari had asked her to do a video. And she said that she is not, she's so glad that she ended up not doing a video for them. Well, I saw a commercial. I think was it on Facebook? No. Where did I see the commercial? Maybe it was YouTube. Well, I saw a commercial for Poshmark. I mean, Makari. And I'm like, I know that woman. She is on a YouTube channel I watch. She's a pretty big YouTuber. I can't remember her name, but she was doing a video. She always has her daughter or her child. It's an infant, so I don't know if it's a boy or girl in the videos. So she was doing a video, and I'm like, see, they were reaching out to some YouTuber influencers asking them to do videos for them. So that would make sense why some faces I thought were kind of familiar. So I posted it to your Facebook. Okay, let me go look. Now I want to know, what did you post to my Facebook? Oh, okay. I'm going to share it. Well, you put it public on my Facebook, so it makes it fair game. Oh, gosh. But look at me. Oh, look at your dog. Ellie is saying, pay attention to me. That's funny. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Get off the computer. Come look at me. Come pet me. Feed me a treat. Bring me for a walk. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, makes me miss my kitty cat. I have another one, but still, I miss my cat. Feeding my cats this morning, I was like, oh, I miss the other one not running over to eat with us. Um, Thanks for sharing that, Anissa. Such a cute dog. My sister used to have a boxer. His name was Gunner. It was a cute dog. He would get so excited when I'd come visit. He'd pee all over the floor when I walked in. When you used cross listing, was that the app the bin picker's son made? Oh, I don't know. Did the bin picker's son make an app? I don't know. It's called cross list it. It's still out there, but it's not. It's also one of the cheapest ones, but it wasn't working with Makari and something else when I stopped using it 2 years ago. It kept having glitches, and they weren't really dealing with the glitches. And after a couple months, I finally left them. But I think they've done some upgrades to it, but I haven't gone back. I have listed other items at Poshmark, but have only made clothes and shoe sales there. Okay. Well, I sold the DVD because they were having some electronics thing, so I listed a bunch of DVDs. Um, what else did I sell recently on Poshmark? I just sold one of my fairy garden kits on Poshmark, so I just got that done today. I sold a Redskins shirt. I've sold a planner. I sold a bundle of Nintendo Wii items that I had listed over there. Shoes. One of those Walmart Christmas villages. Oh, that's where I sold that vintage light thing, vintage lawnwear light lamp, $78. So yeah, it's quite the variety of stuff that I can sell over there. Hey, good morning, Laura. Actually, I'm going to be saying goodbye here in a couple minutes. So I have my son. Oh my gosh, sometimes he feels like my son. My husband has a doctor's appointment today at 9:30. I don't know if I told you guys that he had his toenails removed from both of his toes. So through the years in the military, wearing tight boots, wearing dropping stuff on his toes all the time, he constantly gets ingrown toenails. And I bet you his toenail was like this thick on one of his toes. Just not didn't look good. So one of his toes was really bothering him the week before Christmas. So he went to a podiatrist. After staying 3 hours at the walk-in clinic, when he finally got seen, they said, "Oh, we don't do that here. You got to go to a podiatrist." So then he ended up making an appointment, went in, and they said, "Yeah, we got to remove your toenails." So they said, "We're going to remove both of them, both toenails, both big toes." And he's like, "Oh, I only went in there for one of them, not both, because the other one wasn't bothering him." And they not only did he videotaped it, by the way, but not only did they remove them, but they will never grow back. They put some acid in the area. I know, probably should have done a TMI thing. They did put some acid stuff in so it wouldn't grow back, but it had gotten pretty good last week, and then this weekend it started getting really red again and infected and doesn't look good. So he had his follow-up appointment today anyhow, but yeah, it's good. So I'm gonna drive him because his feet are really hurting him. He's an attention hog for sure. Oh, I'm sure he is. Sure, he wants your attention. Say, come play with me. That's like the cat, right? I was talking to Laura the other day on the video, and her cat walked across in front. They just always want our attention. They want our love. But what's great is they're there to give it to us when we need it, which I like. Good morning, Claudia. You're on your way out for some late lunch. All right, well, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I'm on my way out too. I think I hear the shower running right now, so he must be in the shower. His appointment's at 9:30, and it's probably going to take us a half hour to get there, so we got to leave by 9. But I got to run around with my car and fill it up so I can put my mail in it and my FBA shipment in the car. So, well, I'm going to actually sign off and wanted to thank you guys for coming in. And I know it was a quicker show than normal, but I wanted to at least still come on and talk to you guys. But I'll be back on Monday, I hope. Monday. And I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of the week and have a great weekend. Alrighty, talk to you later. Bye.